New at 11, President Trump has been in office for one full day and has signed 42 executive orders, some of them detailing plans to increase U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, nationwide, but especially in major cities like Chicago and Los Angeles. Now Trump's border czar says ICE teams are already arresting people, and with ICE sightings being reported in various states, is this something we should be worried about here in Virginia?
8 News reporter Sarah Molina spoke with an immigration lawyer today to drill down on this. And Sarah, what have you learned?
Well, Eric, I'm here outside of Hyder Immigration Law Firm, where attorneys tell me their clients have been on edge since Trump took oath. That's because some of the executive actions he's promised include ending birthright citizenship and directing the military to protect U.S. borders. Now, this particular plan includes increasing deportation raids in sanctuary cities.
People are really scared. A lot of those fears can be quelled by understanding what is actually happening versus what the rhetoric is.
Richmond immigration attorney Naureen Hyder says what's actually happening is a slew of executive orders, which sounds daunting, but
in order to take effect, they have to infiltrate each locality of each state, which is a lot of logistical process that has to go through.
After taking oath, President Trump spent hours detailing those orders publicly.
We will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
He says he'll also reinstate his Remain in Mexico policy and has declared a state of emergency on the southern border, sending immigration officers to raid both businesses and homes in major cities.
With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
Since the election, right, our phones have been ringing like crazy. People are pretty scared.
Hyder says many of the major cities Trump is targeting are sanctuary cities, meaning local law enforcement there has decided not to involve ICE or immigration officials.
Our governor has been pretty clear he's made several statements that Virginia is not a sanctuary state. But the reality is that each locality's law enforcement is going to determine their involvement with federal immigration officials.
Former Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney signed directives in 2017 to protect immigrants. And current Mayor Danny Avula says his administration won't participate with the immigration policies that come with Trump's presidency. Governor Youngkin's budget proposal from December included a ban on sanctuary cities in Virginia, meaning Richmond will not receive state funding if the city does not comply with ICE. Now, it's not clear if this has happened yet, but Hyder says it's not likely for Richmond to see ICE raids here, especially not anytime soon. But she shares some advice as a precaution.
Keep it simple. You don't have to open the door unless they have a search warrant. The search warrant needs to have your name, address, and signed by a judge, and say search warrant.
Now, Hyder says the most important thing that those who are concerned can do right now is to stay connected and to find trusted sources who can break down what those executive orders really mean. And of course, we have in-depth coverage of those executive orders online at WRIC.com. Reporting live in Richmond tonight, I'm Sarah Molina, 8 News.
Sarah, thanks. ICE documents from June showing the agency considers 14 Virginia jails and prisons non-cooperative when it comes to honoring detainers from ICE. Some of those evaluations seem to be accurate. For example, ICE lists Fairfax County Jail as non-cooperative, and a statement on the county's website confirms that, saying, quote, "The Fairfax County Sheriff's Office will not detain an individual based on an informal request or detainer." However, there are also some flaws. ICE saying Dinwiddie County Jail is non-cooperative, but the county's sheriff's office told 8 News it hasn't had a jail since 2012. A fact sheet circulated by the governor's office points to sanctuary city resolutions in places like Alexandria that could put them at risk of losing funding, but Alexandria's policy doesn't mention refusing to comply with ICE detainers.